Hi everyone, it's Carmen here, and it's good to be back. Why am I here today? Because the world is at crossroads. Because many nations in the world are in dire straits. And because many of us look at each other as if we are the cause of this tremendous effect. And because we have the power to change, we have the power to alter this state of mind in which the universe is finding itself in. We have the power within ourselves to raise the level of consciousness of the entire humanity and change and shift the vibration that we're in and match our vibration to that vibration of love, of peace, of compassion, and of grace. We have this power within ourselves. And for the longest time, I've been trying to figure out how to tap into it at a larger scale, at a collective scale. A few weeks ago, I watched some documentaries, and many of my core beliefs were shattered. And I didn't know how to cope and how to break through that painful emotion that I was going through. But I also knew that I did not want to be in that state. So I went into a deep meditation and I asked for help. I literally asked for help. I said, "Dear God, show me the way out." And Mother Mary came to me during my meditation. She has been guiding me for, I would say, the first time she showed up in my life was when I was 19 years old and I was at a crossroads. I had to make a major decision in my life, and she showed up and she told me exactly what I needed to do. And ever since, she's been showing up at times. And she came through a couple of weeks ago again. When I asked, what do we need to do as a collective? Her answer was love. I said, okay, love, I know that already, but how? What do you mean? She said, first of all, we must forgive. We must ask for forgiveness. And then we must surround the people who are trying to send us either hate or fear. We must surround them with love. It made perfect sense. And yet there was something missing. Because I said to myself, I am only one person. How can I possibly have this much love that I can send it to the Australian government, for example, or to the, I don't know, Israeli government? I'm going to try to not point fingers at everyone who maybe we think they're acting against our freedom and against our goodwill. I'm just going to say the ones who try to spread hate and the ones who try to spread fear. How can one single person, how can I possibly have this much love in order to counterbalance the amount of hate and the amount of fear that it's being sent our way? And then a few days ago, my dear friend Fanula posted a video by Greg Braden, which I will put in the comments of this video. And I had a massive eureka moment, because in this video, Greg Braden explains exactly how important feelings are and how important the feeling of love could be to overcome hate and fear, hate or fear. And here's the secret. The power is in the numbers. There have been studies, there have been experiments, there have been written ancient writings that have been discovered that guide us into that direction, that tell us that feeling is that which connects us to the higher consciousness, to the beautiful field of possibilities that we have been accustomed to call God. Feeling is what connects us to God. Now let's go back to the feeling of love versus feeling of hate or fear. The Hermetic principles teach us that you can only beat a force with a higher force. It has to be of the same category. So, for example, you can only beat darkness with light. You can only beat heat with cold, or vice versa. You cannot beat darkness with cold. So in the sense of the environment that we live in today's world, where we are feeling fearful every time we turn on the TV, or we hear from a friend who says, did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear what? Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? We constantly are bombarded with these emotions of fear and then hate, because we think that it happens because of that other person or that other group of people or those people. We proliferate the fear, and we proliferate this emotion of hate, self-righteousness and hate, because we're simply thinking, we're allowing this emotion to take place, to rent space within our body. And what do we do in turn? We send messages to the universe. We send those vibrations into the universe. So the universe looks at us and says, oh, you want more of it. We attract more of it just because we put it out there. So let's go back to Greg Braden's video. What he's saying is, if a group of people, a certain number of people, get together in prayer or meditation or manifestation or imagination, and you can call it however you want to call it, but if we get together and feel the same feeling together, we have the capacity to overturn the intensity, the power of the other pole of the same thing. If we bring together, I did the math, it is the square root of 1% of the entire world's population. Listen, when I watched Greg's video and I realized that we only have to bring together 10,667 people. 10,667 people. That's all we need to bring together in love, in compassion, in joy, in grace, in kindness. All of us, we can change the world. We can change the direction of where the world is going. It may be an absolute fucking dream. It may be an absolute fucking hoax. It may be, and some of you may look at me right now and say, whoa, she's off the deep end. Maybe I am. But there is a slight chance that I'm not. One slight chance that I'm not. And as Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss every chance you don't take. Why miss this chance? What if it is possible? What if it is possible? the 10,667 of us thinking and feeling the same emotion of love and grace and compassion towards the ones who are sending us hate and fear. What if we all get together and send them all love and feel the feeling of love towards them? What if, just like that, we shift dimensions? What if, just like that, we cumulatively, we collectively change the vibration of the entire universe and we shift into another dimension? Now, there's a lot to it. There's There's quantum field. There's time. The concept of time, which is really a man-made concept, which teaches us that truly in the quantum field, everything happens in the same time. The reality which we desire already exists in the same time, in a different reality, as if you were to go on a rolling band, this is a road that goes there and it's rolling, and this is a road that goes there and it's just rolling, like one of those walking bands in the airport. Imagine that. Imagine the entire universe made out of those spaghettis of little moving bands. And you happen to be on this one right here that is full of fear and hate. But you desire to be on this one right here that has nothing but love and compassion and grace on it. How do you get there? How do you get there? What if each one of these little roads, little bands, has a different vibration, different frequency? Because he who holds the secret to vibration holds the scepter of power, also from the Hermetic principles. Please, please, please read the Hermetic principles, and then you'll understand how important it is to use the power of your divinity. So if you want to jump from one reality into the other, all you need to do is to shift your vibration. Instead of thinking fear, thinking hate, thinking that somebody did you wrong, somebody is to blame for everything that is happening, somebody is to blame for all the craziness in the world. What if we just shift and say, I love you, I love you, I love you exactly the way you are. I love you because I know that you too are going through a hard time. You too might have had struggles, might have lacked love when you grew up as a child, might have lacked compassion when you grew up as a child. You too might have traumas that are unhealed. I love you, for you don't know what you are doing. What if we shift into this loving vibration and then we collectively shift into a different dimension that involves only love? So here's what I decided. I'm coming out of my nest, which I've been enjoying for the past almost 2 years. I came out here and there, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Because I found bliss. I found happiness. I know now what it means to be happy. I know now what heaven is, where heaven is. I know where heaven is, right here, right here. And I feel so good in this beautiful, blissful state of mind that I felt like I need to enjoy it a little longer. I need to enjoy it a little longer. But then I realized that my bliss is just for me. And my purpose as a human being is to be in service to others. And I realize that I can be in bliss and serve others at the same time. And this idea that I came up with gave me the most joy I've had in a long time, other than my wonderful dogs every day and my garden and my little life that I absolutely adore. Just a blissful, blissful joy when I thought about it, that it's possible that we can all get together, 10,667 of us, we can change the world. And I am asking you to join me. I am going to create a group, and I'm going to put it in the comments of this post. And I would like any one of you who is willing to participate in this exercise to join the group. I'm inviting only the people who are willing to commit to show up at 3 p.m. every day for the next 30 days to pray, to meditate, to manifest, to use their imagination. Personally, I don't pray. The reason why I don't pray is because when I pray, I acknowledge that I don't have something. And when I acknowledge that I don't have something, it's as if I tell the universe that I want more of it, which means more of that which I don't already have. My way of imagining, I call it imagination. Some call it manifestation. My way of manifesting things in life is by imagining them already fulfilled. So I take a little scene of that which I desire to have happen, and I play that scene into my head 3 times a day. First thing in the morning, right before I open my eyes, when my brain is in theta state, during the day when I meditate, when my brain is yet again in theta state, and right before bedtime, right before I fall asleep, when my brain is in theta state. Because in theta state is when we are the most suggestible. When we can tell our subconscious mind exactly what to believe. We tell our subconscious mind that we don't want it to throw in any curveballs, any beliefs, any thoughts, anything that doesn't belong to us, that can say, you think you can do that? That's not for you. You're not going to make it. Just stay in your lane. That's not going to happen. Or whatever it is that your subconscious mind, that little Woody Allen behind your head that just goes on and on and on. That's the one we need to shut up. That's the one who says, he's guilty, she's guilty, it's their fault. Oh my God, we have to live in fear. We gotta make sure that we give that little Woody Allen enough work so he doesn't have time to think about all the negativity. So I'm asking you to join me for the next 30 days. I'd like to bring together at least 10,667 people. Please join the group only if you are able to commit on a daily basis to do the prayer. And you can do it on your own. You can do it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 p.m. is a very powerful hour during the day. It's the hour when our brother Jesus Christ passed away. And we can tap into this energy. We can tap into the power of this hour. Use the 3 o'clock in your time zone. Because it doesn't matter where Jesus Christ was when he died. He is in your heart now. So he is exactly where you are. So do it at 3 o'clock your time. I will be doing it at 3 o'clock Eastern time in the United States. Today is the first day And my prayer today is this. Dear God, thank you for creating a beautiful world in which we, all of us, every nation in the world, love each other unconditionally, not in spite of who we are, not in spite of our skin color, our religious orientation, our sexual orientation, not in spite of all our differences, but because of our differences, because this is what makes us so different, our own uniqueness. And isn't it beautiful that we get to enjoy each other's beauty? Thank you, dear God, for sending peace, love, and imagination into the world. Amen. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining me. Let's do this together. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. I know it. I love you all. Peace, love, and imagination. See you tomorrow.